This incredibly luxurious object here is actually a travelling service that was presented to the adopted daughter of Napoleon, Stéphanie. He presented her with an enormous dowry, largely because when he adopted her, she became a sort of political pawn in all his manoeuvrings across Europe. Travelling sets like this became particularly fashionable in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. In French, these objects are known as nécessaire because they contained all the necessities of life. So in this case, it's aimed at a female recipient, so it has all the objects that were required for making tea, coffee and chocolate, but it also has dressing implements in there as well. It's made by the court goldsmith whose name was Beauharnais, and he's actually signed the box here. Beauharnais was renowned for working in the most opulent materials available, but Beauharnais' real mastery was in being able to display the objects in a very attractive way. Stéphanie's daughter married the Duke of Hamilton, and so this was left to her and it was transferred to Scotland. And in the 1930s, it appeared for sale. Queen Mary was particularly fascinated with any objects relating to Napoleon, and so she acquired it at that sale, and it's usually on display at Windsor Castle. It's recently undergone cleaning and conservation work in order to be photographed for a forthcoming catalogue of silver in the collection.
Whenever you're cleaning silver objects, there are a huge amount of variables which can affect how tarnish is removed. It depends how the surface of the silver was originally worked. It may be harder or it may be softer. It depends on the kind of environmental conditions it's been subjected to, and also obviously if it's something that hasn't been cleaned for 50 years, it's going to be a lot harder to remove the tarnish than if it's been 6 months. The rule of thumb is you clean the surface using your solvent, and then you start with the mildest abrasive that you know has got a fair chance of working and see if that works and move on from there. Because the risk is you can obviously scratch the surface of the silver underneath the tarnish. Over time, the surface of silver will react with the environment. It reacts with your fingers. It can react to gases given off when you're cooking, and the overall result is the silver will darken. We would always wear gloves when either handling silver or cleaning silver, and that's to avoid us causing tarnish while we're trying to clean the object. There's two ways that you can remove silver tarnish. You can dissolve it off with a chemical, or you can rub it off. We chose to rub it off really carefully with very mild abrasives because we feel it gives us a lot more control, and that if you use a chemical to dissolve it off, you can end up with quite a bleached looking surface. One of the things we use is this rubber, which is it works like a pencil eraser, and we can take the rubber and mix into it the abrasive of our choice. This one is made with chalk. The effect of the chalk is slightly damped down by being the rubber, so it's mildest. So we'd start with this, then we'd go to diatomaceous earth as our next port of call, and then precipitated chalk if it's really not wanting to shift. With this, the abrasive particles are all encapsulated in rubber, so you literally dust them away. After we've removed the tarnish that we think we need to remove, we go over the surface, clean any abrasive powder we've missed, but the last thing we would do is always re-clean the surface with a solvent. You get a bamboo stick, wrap some cotton wool around the end so it looks like a Q-tip. It's an easy way, makes it easy to clean silver. The cleaner you can leave a silver object, the more slowly it will tarnish.
When we came to prepare this object for the catalogue, it had been on display for quite a long time at Windsor Castle, and it was quite badly tarnished, so it's really wonderful to be able to see it now in its gleaming form.